it is.
Wow,
Nobody does it
I'm
better.
impressed.
Oh yeah, I think I can remember the note
You
most
got
of the time.
That's
You
good.
But it's close
nailed it.
enough. If it's a little pitchy dog, then go back to Randy Jackson doing American Idol.
Way back.
Another reason why I'm proud to be your wife.
We watched Sunday Night Football, and Carrie Underwood was on there, and I told Nora, I was like, she's like, who is that? She's like, she's Carrie Underwood. She was on American Idol. She's like, what's that? No idea.
No clue.
Nora never heard of it.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, it was the
Time.
biggest thing in the world.
Oh, times change.
Oh,
man.
because our kids were little when it started.
Oh, yeah, but it's been around forever, but she'd never heard of it.
Yeah.
But
Man,
we're
she's-
glad.
She's young, yeah.
And
Yeah,
Carrie
yeah.
Underwood got a great voice.
Absolutely. No doubt.
We'll get into music later, I guess.
Okay.
Right, but thank you for joining us for Backstage with the Simple Church podcast. Justin's back with Angie from New York City.
New York.
Had a good
Yeah.
time. We want to get into that. You want to jump in that first?
Yeah, no, I was
It
just
was
going to say, Evan is always the consummate host
Yeah.
and takes care of all of our business. And Josh is out today. And because we're talking Do Good in the message yesterday in Do Good Store, I said, would you please come and join us, beautiful bride? And you said, of course I would.
Yes,
So
actually.
thank you,
Always
honey.
better
Listen,
when Angie's
you
here.
want to, since we always keep it so real, you want to say how it really happened?
Yeah. I thought
Give
that
us the
was. I
backstage.
thought
Well,
that was
no,
pretty
that
close.
was it was pretty close, but it was like this morning while I was
Yeah.
walking you out to your car to go to work this morning.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in my robe in the in the garage, and you're like, "Hey, you want to come do the podcast with me today?" And I was like, if I have time, I'll."
Yeah, she
I
gave
said-
me the note. Maybe she gave me.
said
I don't
maybe.
matter who I am. I ain't the boss. I ain't the pastor. I ain't the husband. It's like
Might feel
I'll
like
see if I can work it in my
I was
schedule.
I've had really a whole lot of things to get accomplished today, and so it kind of made me a little bit stressed. And so I said that, and then I went and I sat down and started looking at all the sweet comments and all the people who had signed up to help with the store.
And that's why I wanted you here, is because I haven't seen all of that. And,
Yeah.
and we can talk a little bit about that because people were super kind.
Oh
and
my
s-
God! I cried in front of my computer.
Aw.
Yeah, she did.
Like no, and it's still tender on my heart. Just like the outpouring of support, financially, and people, making purchases online, and then people signing up to volunteer.
That's what I'm talking about.
I mean, so I was texting my do good ladies. I was like, I'm crying over these here. So I was super grateful for. So then after that, I was like, we're gonna make time for the podcast because I wanted to personally thank
Come on, she
everybody
made it, y'all. Come
That's
on.
right.
Da-da-da-da,
With that,
da-da-da.
sent love and appreciation and help
That's it.
because we really needed it. I'm so grateful. So
Well, we're
thanks
grateful
for-
that you
thanks
made
for
it to our
having me.
podcast.
Absolutely. Let's get into New York first. People
Okay.
want to know. What'd y'all do?
Put your mic up close
New
to you,
York City,
Evan,
I'm a
because
little
I
there.
can hear
Okay.
you, but it's better. Yeah, like
There
it's
we go.
there it goes.
Got
I can hear
you.
you a little bit
There
better.
we go.
So New York, Evan, thank you for bringing it up. It was a do good trip in the sense that every year, leading up to this, we've had the opportunity to go support Tunnel to Towers.
Mhm.
And the coolest thing that happened, and Tunnel to Towers, I talked about it yesterday. They're a great organization, help first responders, military. And the part I didn't get a chance to talk about because I had so much to cover again.
It
They
goes
do what
fast.
they it goes fast. They do what they call the Do Good Village. Okay, that's why we really connected, and they're not knowing when we started with Tunnel to Towers the Do Good connection. They
Mhm.
use the same two words, and they have another little phrase from Francis of Assisi. You like that? I had that correct. There's not
Yeah,
many
that's
things I can
good.
do.
Absolutely.
We've actually seen that church. It was
Yes, it's
stunning.
beautiful. But it was this let us do good is kind of where they came, this little phrase, and they kind of
Mhm.
tied it in what they're doing. So now they have the Do Good Village, and it is a community in Florida that they developed. And what happens is if you lose a spouse tragically, you have an opportunity to live in a rent-free, mortgage-free house forever in that neighborhood. And then it puts similar stage of life and similar circumstances all together in one community to support one
the
another.
support system.
And it's the Do Good Village, which is just a really cool thing. And I was like,
Such
of
a
course we're going to
great
support them
idea.
and talk about them and raise money for them and whatever else. And then now it's even expanded beyond that. Frank Siller, which we'll talk about getting to meet him, which was
Crazy.
a God thing. It actually expanded to where they're going into some communities and cities across America, and they're taking abandoned hotels, renovating them for homeless veterans.
Hmm.
So now it's not just like people who've lost somebody, it's for our military who's been in another situation, down on their luck, whatever's going to go on, and they build and renovate hotels and stuff. So just a great organization. And then I'll let Angie take over. We get our package to run, and then we decide to eat, which we've never done this.
Yeah, we've never done this before, but we've just go and pick our packages differently.
And the
Anyway.
package is for your runner's bib and your T-shirt, and you have to go.
How many people run the race?
40,000 people.
Mhm.
So it's a
Huge.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
a crazy.
It's a big.
It's not the
race.
Firecracker 5K.
No.
No.
It's not, and it's in New York City, and the run consists of his last run to the World Trade Towers. That basically,
The same.
yeah,
distance,
it
right?
the same distance. It's about 3.5 miles,
Mhm.
but through the tunnel from the Brooklyn Tunnel. I don't remember exactly the name, but it's from Brooklyn into Manhattan. It's just a crazy, crazy. We can talk about that more in a minute, but we have to go to the Conrad Hotel, which is in downtown New York, kind of in the Wall Street district area, kind of close to 9/11 Central. The hotel hosts it. You go in, you fill out your stuff, you pick up your packet and your T-shirt,
Yeah,
and you go out.
it's a big organized process. They've got volunteers there lined up at tables, and they're passing out your little safety pins so that you can have everything you need for the race.
And you got 40,000 people got to pick these packets
Yeah,
up.
but
You
it's
cannot.
it's a
yeah.
well-oiled machine
they
at this
know it,
point.
yeah.
They know what they're doing.
So anyway, we leave and we're hungry because we
Yeah.
flew straight from Dallas from LaGuardia. I mean, to
Yes.
LaGuardia, took a Uber down to Conrad, and it's all us there. And we're like,
So
hey,
we're still dragging our suitcases around, okay, or on wheels. Thank God, what a great invention, though. You know,
Yes.
the wheels on. So we're taking them with us, and everybody's hungry. We're like, are we going to go back to the hotel, which we're going to take the subway back, or are we going to eat now? I'm like, we better eat now. And so there's this literally right next to us. I'm like, there's a little outdoor cafe
it's like a
right
Greek,
there.
isn't it Greek cafe?
Yeah, it was some kind of Greek. We'd never been there before, but it looked pretty and it was outside. So I was like, why don't we just see if they have a gluten-free menu, maybe we can eat here. So anyway, we go in and we go sit outside. It was such a nice day, and we're eating, and then we're not facing the street.
I am.
You're facing the street. I'm
Mhm.
not.
Oh, I see
But-
the car pull up.
Yeah, there's a car pulls up, and it's like a Suburban or something.
And it
that
has Tunnel to Towers on it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I think in my mind, like, that's cool. I wonder if this will be a celebrity, or if this will be Frank. Like, I wonder who would pull up right here and
Yeah,
stop.
around the corner from
And
where you're
Lisa
checking.
McDaniel's right there with me. She's
And Lisa's
sees it.
eyes perk up, and she looks at us, she goes,
She said that might be Frank,
yeah. She said,
which
that,
is the boss.
I wonder if that's him. And then he gets out of the car, and everybody's like, oh, my goodness.
And then you know I'm gonna ask, just like Lisa, me and Lisa, we ain't got no scared.
No.
And I'm like, take a picture. He was like, of course.
Came up, and, we all
He had a
introduced
cross
him to-
pin on, really. Like, I mean, he's a strong
Yeah.
believer, man. It's just you could tell he's motivated in the middle of tragedy. It's kind of like what I talked about in the message yesterday. How do you overcome evil? By doing good. In the most evil moment that I can remember in our American history, in my age, I mean, when you're looking at 9/11 and the terrorists and everything that was going on with that, how crazy all of that time was.
Mhm.
That all these years later, and he lost a loved one in it.
Mhm.
I mean, his brother, and so did nearly 3,000 others. He decided to do good as the opposite and overcomes evil by doing that. I'm like, he's living that scripture out.
Yeah.
Like,
And now 40,000 people are running in a race.
and millions of dollars have been raised, and thousands of
Lives
people who
changed.
other had dark days. I mean, when you're first responding and you're killed, and your husband, your spouse, your wife's killed in a fire
Mhm.
or in a police shooting, that is as dark as it gets.
Mhm.
And then he goes, we're going to take care of your mortgage. We're going to give you a new house.
Greater love.
Or if
than
you're in
this.
military and you blow up on what there's landmines, all these different things, and then he comes and gives you a house
Yeah.
that has
No
all
strings
of
attached.
no strings attached. I'm like, come on, man,
Yeah.
praise God and keep doing good, son.
So it was
Yeah, it's awesome.
it's so obviously so excited to be able to actually meet him and shake his hand and take a picture with him. So that's how that happened.
And I wanted to say, because I had asked Angie, because they don't really know what I'm always preaching on. Like, I don't come home and Angie read all my notes. I mean,
No.
most people from the inside,
No.
behind the scenes. I'm trying to figure it all out. We got a lot going on right now, because boardwalk wise, church wise, I mean, world wise, we got all these things happening. So I don't always come home because I'm also trying to let it go. You know,
Right. Not
Little-
bring work home with.
Yeah, like what's that movie with Let It Go in it? You know what I'm saying?
Frozen.
Yeah, Frozen. I'm trying to just.
We've
let it-
Tried to
a
sing
couple
that
times.
on the way home.
Oh, I can sing it. So I
Uh-huh.
try to just go, okay, now I'm coming home to be dad or husband, and try to love my wife the best I can, and don't always do that right. We'll give you that insight if you like it later.
goodness.
But whenever we got to that point, it's like you realize how important what you're doing is,
Mhm.
and that we all have that responsibility to do something. And I came home and told Angie, hey, I'm preaching on do good, and I really want to try to do this to try to help raise it, because it's not been an easy year. You've lost some money. You're still struggling to try to get all these. And Angie takes on all the pressure now. So, like, do good, I don't really carry that pressure anymore. And Angie's always, like, stressed out about making money or making sure we don't lose money and how do we have a bigger impact. And you've really taken that on. And I said it in the message, but I mean it. And so I was telling her, hey, we're going to do this in the message. But yet you were like, oh, okay. But I am so thankful that people responded with kind words that you got to read them. I haven't even read them, so I'm like, that
yeah, it'll
was a
make
gift.
me cry again. So
But that was
hold
a
on,
gift.
I'm still sensitive.
But that's a gift to you because you and the girls really busted to make it all happen. And it's been going on for, I mean, which is hard to believe, but 13 years.
I know, it's so weird.
And now you've really carried that on. So you want to share some of the comments or talk
Well-
a little bit about that?
Well, I would just say, like, just to have, it was sweet for you to say all the things that you did say. I was so grateful too for the sweet, kind words, for our team. It's embarrassing to me though a little bit. Like I told him after, I was like, "Thank you for the words," but I'm so embarrassed to have like those,
Center of attention.
yeah, center attention. That's not my thing. But anyway, but it was very sweet. And I didn't know he was going to say everything he said, but I am grateful because really the response has been super.
And I would also like to thank Lisa McDaniel, my secret photographer. I said, "Can you get a picture of my wife pressing all these
Yeah, I
shirts?"
didn't know that was
Thank
taken.
you, Lisa. Because really,
And Lisa has made T-shirts with me.
Christy,
Christy, all of them have. That just happened to be the day that I was hammering a bunch out by myself.
well, and I'll just say this before we get in those comments, because we're talking about the message yesterday. We talked about the Do Good store. We talked about 13 years of doing good.
Mm-hmm.
I put Donnie and Lisa in there in the front, and Lisa has stayed with us and Donnie
Thank
through
God.
all of that.
Yes.
And that's why even when I text her, I was like, "Hey, Lisa, I need this picture." We were laughing about because Lisa don't like the credit or
She
attention
doesn't like
either.
the attention either.
And that's
no.
cool, but I want people to know it doesn't just happen.
Mhm.
There are a lot of people, just like in children's ministry or
Mhm.
just like in student ministry or in setup or tear down or a Sunday or whatever's going to go on.
Mhm.
There's a lot of people that pull that off. And I wear the shirt on Sunday or go on this trip or do whatever's going to go on. But you got to understand that there are sacrifices being made. And I'm only telling them because not only, she don't like hearing this, but you also teach children's church.
Mhm.
She takes on a whole, like, there's a lot of pastors' wives. You're the first lady. Oh, Lord.
Could be on a
first-
throne
Oh.
on the
You know,
stage
like,
with-
and you sit on the front. What I love about Angie,
Stop.
you ain't never going to see Angie on the front row and, like, asking. And that's why I married her now, coming up on, what is it, honey? Make sure I'm right. 27,
Well,
28.
I think it's 27. Although I was getting Christy and Jason's different because I thought they were 1 year ahead of us, not 2.
But this is why I knew that you were my girl. My girl.
Goodness.
No, it's because really you don't care about being in the spotlight, and neither do I really. I really don't. I just want to get stuff done,
Mhm.
and I love people.
But you're a much better spotlight person than
Well-
I am. I've just kind of been pulled into it.
But I thank God that you were willing to do pre-show. You were willing to take on Do Good Store. You take on children's ministry. Whatever has been asked, you've done it. So I just tell you, that is the pinnacle for any minister and in a church to not have somebody who's pulling from you, but someone who's pushing you and adding to what's going on. Two are better than one. You can accomplish so much more, not just in raising kids and family, and that's the most important,
Mhm.
but also the ministries that God blesses you with. You go, man, like we've been able to do it, and I've handed it off. I'm like, you got to do it. I'm got other things going on. That was whether we were launching the building or
Mhm.
so many things over the years, and you just did it. Now, to be honest, she likes the fashion too. She has a little fun
I
with all
do
that.
like that. Yeah, I do like that.
And we've had a few perks. We get to go to market a few times, which is
And
fun.
that's super fun. I love that.
Yeah,
so,
so.
yeah.
Anyway, so I'm only bragging on you because it's not just Do Good
Thank
Store. It's also children's ministry and everything else, and
Teaching my kid.
people don't know. Yeah.
Oh, I love having little
Thankful.
Nora in there. She's so precious.
But-
she's a sweet, easy one.
When she was showing me all Brittany, she's got Spivey's
Spivey.
kids in there, and
Uh-huh.
just she
Brooke's
was showing me a
amazing.
picture this morning. Look how sweet and blah blah blah. And I'm
He
like,
taught me how to draw a dragon.
It's important.
He was
skill.
first one in there. I loved it because I hadn't had one-on-one time with him yet. And so anyway, he said, "Let me teach you how to draw a dragon." It was so cute.
but like your gifting and your personality and your abilities, that's a huge blessing. To me, to the church, to these kids.
All of us.
Yeah, and you go
Goodness,
like
I'm
that.
getting so many sweet words.
That's just a
Thank
fact.
you.
I'm just bringing it on out, and I'm trying to remind you.
Thank you.
And when those people were sending those, I'll get to it. What did they say? And then Evan will probably have a question, but we just talking and cutting up.
Well, I think it was just mostly like so many people actually signed up to volunteer. And Mallory, God bless her, she does the volunteer. She signs everybody up. So she sent me a text yesterday. She said, "They're blowing me up in my emails." So she has the one that has to organize
Yeah.
that and get it into our new system so that then I can email everybody and say, "Hey, this is what our plan is." So
Yeah.
thank you, Mallory, because
That's right. Shout out Mal.
That's
I
it,
couldn't
Mal.
do
Gotta
it
have another
without
strong
her,
wife
without the
behind
team, because she's the one that's helping me get it organized into our system, which will then go into another system. But that's another story. But anyway, so that was just good. Just that all the people to sign up to volunteer, because that takes the burden off of me of like always worried about.
I'll just give you some numbers. So most Sundays, 2 to 3 people sign up to volunteer. If it's not an emphasis, I think 40 people signed up yesterday.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
how
great.
cool is that? Yeah, which is so incredible. So I'm super excited about that. You know, getting to meet those people and see who they are and seeing where they, want to plug in to help. So that's great. And then people just giving financial donations. You know, you put the QR code up, and then some people, just sent $1,000 and said, just wherever this can go to help do good.
That's awesome.
So it's just very kind. It's going to help us go to market so that we can have a bit more and better products in the store for.
You got to spend money
for Christmas. We had to spend money
To
in
make
order to make some. So
And I want to talk about
needed
that,
it.
but I was just going to brag on Evan and Mallory because Evan, we had to get the QR code, and we're not technologically savvy.
no,
So I always lean on Evan. I'm like, Evan, Angie, we're trying to do this because it's my idea. And Angie's like, are you really going to ask? Somebody picked with me, like, you don't ever ask for money. I'm like, no, because it's still going to something other than us. Like you're still using those funds
We're
to
not
be
selling Justin Haigler's book deal.
Yeah,
No.
it goes back to it helps us to do everything from tunnel to towers to like those 2 candle companies that we talked about.
yeah.
There's so many.
And that's
other,
just two.
That's right. There's so many other do-good components in the store that go beyond the walls of our church. That's why it's still important to me, too. It's like we don't go in there to make a ton of money. We try to make sure we don't lose money, which we lost money last year, I think. I mean, because of
COVID, ever since COVID,
Yeah.
the boardwalk itself took a hit.
Yep.
A lot of businesses that
The
were
United
down
States
here.
of America.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. On a larger scale, but even just in our small little community, the little part that I'm talking about, the boardwalk took a hit. A bunch of businesses. I'm like, if these bigger franchises can't make it, it's a miracle that we have been able to. And it's truly, like you said from the stage yesterday, was that, if we didn't have our community helping us, supporting us, we would have closed our doors too.
Yes.
So fortunately, we did, and so we've survived. But we're still trying to. Like you said, Amazon has been a big takeover, a lot of things.
In 2012, when it started, I think my parents were still afraid to buy anything online; they'd get scammed.
Right.
Think about how
how
much
funny is that?
changed in 13
Oh
years.
my!
Oh, yeah.
And now I was watching. I think it was a comedian or something the other day was talking about how it's his grandchildren are going to suffer because he's putting his whole eyeball, in the
Oh,
in his
yeah.
phone now. That they've scanned his retina and everything, so they know
That was
everything
Nate.
about him. Oh, it was Nate. That's
Yeah.
right. That was Nate. Right. Anyway, I just think that's hilarious, and it has changed the way people shop. So it's hard on all small businesses. So
And that's just speaking of that, we're changing something moving forward starting November. We're not doing it until November, I think. And it will be a cashless store moving forward.
we are just to make it, just to
Yep.
simplify it, because that's one of the parts that's a little more difficult. Is just
Yeah, I was going to say, and you're bringing in
Keeping up with
volunteers,
it.
so you don't have to worry about handling cash and making
It's-
change
it's
and doing all
too
those things. It's
much.
like it's just
I
a whole
never
lot
did
easier.
yeah.
So now you can make a cash donation at any time, but we're not handling cash as far as selling and
Make
Y'all
all
tap
change.
to pay?
Huh?
Do you tap to pay?
They have tap to pay on
But do you
Square.
guys do you?
I
push-
do.
Okay. Do you
Oh,
ever
yeah, I
tap?
do.
Okay, good. So I barely take a wallet anymore.
Yeah.
just
I mean,
not
I
everything.
haven't used my phone to tap to pay, but I use
Okay.
my card to tap to.
I got
You
you.
know.
Well, in New York, just a little side note is you don't have to buy a subway card anymore. You can tap to pay with
In
your
the app?
phone, your card, anything. No app or anything. You don't have to
Oh.
download
No,
anything.
but what's so
You just
weird
walk
about
up, put your phone on there, and walk on
yeah,
it. You got
and I was
Apple
like, well,
Wallet.
this is kind of weird because I have more than one card in my wallet. So how does it know which one to pick?
It's
When
set
you
up.
Tap it, it's a default, and then you can switch which one's your default, or you can select.
Oh,
manually.
I still don't know
There
where
you
that.
go.
I don't know where that
That's
subway
what I
came
kept
from.
I was telling all these boomers as we're trying to get into the subway, and it's like everybody's
Oh,
like,
we're
what in the world?
ridiculous.
We're
Never
redneck
mind.
boomers,
It-
which is a whole nother level.
worse.
What in the world? How does all this work? I was like, just take your phone. Well, I don't have nothing on my phone. Do you have a credit card? Lay a credit card. Well, what are they gonna do? They scanning
Oh.
my eyeball. There. I mean, that's
He's not
my
really.
life.
Country comes
That's
to the
not
big
really
city.
that much of an exaggeration.
No, it's not.
Too. It's not.
As in comedy, as we learned, exaggeration is the key.
Yeah.
But I can just tell you, that's not an
Not that
exaggeration.
Yeah.
far off. Well, we got some Angie fans in the comments. Hannah Spence watching.
Come on.
Oh,
Team
I love
Angie.
her.
Mamaw
Are-
Powder, where is Mamaw Powder? By the way, you're at the beach. We're
She's doing it.
jealous, okay?
We
love
are
you.
jealous,
That's
but
right.
we missed you Sunday.
Yes.
Jessica Brock said, no way we could do Simple Church without Angie. And Caitlin
Amen.
watching. She brought her baby for the first time yesterday. She's one of
Wow.
our former students.
That's awesome.
Brand new baby. Came back to church yesterday. Got to see her.
Come on,
Thanks
that's
for
what I'm
watching,
talking
Caitlin.
about. Way to go. Thanks for
I
risking
love
it.
y'all. Thank
She
you
went
so
to
much.
New Orleans on
Thank
a
you.
mission trip with us years ago, and her mom had the picture and showed Mallory. She's like, do you remember when y'all did this yesterday?
That's awesome.
That was cool.
Very
That was
cool.
good. So thank y'all for watching. If you're on the podcast, you can tune in on Facebook each Monday. We're going through, except next week.
Yep,
Taking
we're going
week
to take a
off
little
next
break.
week.
Going to the
Staff
beach
retreat.
ourselves.
Right.
Thank you,
Well,
Jody and
yeah,
Sherry
that's
Backus.
me.
Thank you very much.
She
We
accidentally
really look
called me
forward to it.
yesterday.
That's awesome.
Yeah, boomers.
Yeah, she goes. I heard the phone. I saw her pull up on the phone. We don't usually even call each other. I know we're like besties, but we text each other. You know.
Somebody in our POC text tried to FaceTime everybody.
I
last
saw
night.
that. Trust me.
Twice.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
13 people tried to do a FaceTime.
That's awesome.
Just laugh.
So I was about to get in the tub. I'm running the water, and I see her little face pull up on my phone, and so I answered it. I was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" She goes, "Where are you? What are you doing?" I said, well, "I'm running a bath right now." And she goes, "Oh, I thought you were Tori, her daughter."
Yeah, you got to love it
I
when you're
said-
not the one they're
I
trying to
said,
call.
"No, this is your bestie. Sorry,
Well,
you got
that's
me
funny.
instead of your
Shit.
baby."
So going back to the Do Good store, Angie,
Yeah.
when you found out and got involved that you were going to be running it, walk us through how did that happen? Because I know you
Okay.
didn't really get into that. Were you planning on running a store? Was that a dream of yours? Was
No.
that something you wanted to be growing up? How did you get up being the person running the Do Good
I
store?
like she goes,
Uh,
no.
Okay, so you started the store in 2013 with Lisa and Donnie.
2012.
2012. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Barely. In
I'm thinking
2012.
13
Yeah,
years. so- yeah.
September 2012. You talked about it on
Yeah.
stage. It opened December 2012.
Right.
Into 2013.
At that point in time, I was still home with 3 babies.
Yep.
I mean, there were,
I know.
So I was home and totally involved with them. And so I didn't really have much to do with the store then. And then just as it went, can't remember what year it was now, but maybe a couple years or 3 years into that, something like that. I remember you were trying to get all the T-shirts made and decide all the colors and pick out the T-shirts and all that. I'm like, that's kind of my bag, really. I like doing stuff like that. Like I love fashion. I like to look at colors and all that. So I was like, here, let me help you with that. So you were like, here, just will you pick all these out? So I did. I made a wall of T-shirts with different colors on it for that. And you were like, okay, that's your job now. So kind of just nominated me to do it after that. Because it really took a lot of pressure off him because he was running back and forth from the printers and approving the artwork and things like that. It just got to be too much. And God bless Oasis. I'm going to tell them right now
Yes.
because they've helped us all along
From the
the way.
beginning. That's
From the
when we
beginning, they
Put
gave
Randy's picture in there. I mean,
Yes.
it was just a big deal.
Oasis
Debbie,
printing.
yeah.
So they've
Yeah, Randy
they've
and Debbie.
always been awesome. And even as of today, I text her like Friday afternoon. I said I need an emergency print. Can you do that for me? And send
Thank
her
you.
the artwork, and she provided. And I just picked it up on my way here, so that's a big
Clutch.
thank you for them.
And that's a local business.
Yes.
That's a
partner
local
people here
business.
that we got to know because we didn't really
Yep.
know them before. How'd y'all get the connection with the Oasis initially?
You know, what's funny is Debbie and Randy, whenever we started the Do Good store, I knew, okay, so in Gadzooks, our number one seller was T-shirts, other than bikinis and skateboards. So we did a lot of T-shirt sales. So we knew that when we launched the Do Good store, that the T-shirt was going to be a thing, and it was a T-shirt church.
I was
In
saying
other
Simple
words,
Church about 5 years old. At that point, you knew.
yeah, and we knew we had said from the beginning of launching Simple Church that I'm never going to dress up. We're never going to do that again. I mean, early on, you see me every once in a while wear a collared shirt, which is so weird. Everybody's like, "You have a collared shirt?" Because in general, that was all intentional. Because a T-shirt, from poverty to the most wealthy, all have that in common.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody can wear a T-shirt or has a T-shirt
Not
they can
everybody
wear.
wears suits.
Not everybody even has nice shirts. It
Yeah.
just depends. So I, in general, wear a T-shirt every Sunday for all these years, 18 years. Occasionally would wear something differently, but it was always intentional. So when the Do Good store launched, that was even from the beginning, then we knew, hey, this is a great way to help people. So when we sell these shirts, it goes on. So Randy and Debbie and Oasis was one of the first companies that just went to and was like, hey, man, can you help us?
Yeah.
And Debbie and Randy, not only did they help us, Randy was first one to sit down, and he's passed away now, but died of cancer years ago, and just instrumental in when we were working through things. I didn't know the T-shirt business. I knew retail business. I didn't know the making of. And Debbie took that over, again, with Jennifer and everybody else. Jennifer's a godsend for us. I mean, there's so many people in that have helped. But I was wanting to also try different things. So I wanted to learn the process. I wanted to know how it was done.
Do you remember the first shirt? Was it the Love God, Love Tigers?
Those were early.
Yeah.
And that was actually John Rennie, because John Rennie had the idea. And then we did do some imprinting early on. But what happens is the lower we could get the cost, the more money it went to doing good.
Mm-hmm.
So where Oasis has been really kind to us is they do it at a very, very, very low cost just
Mhm.
for us. And it's been a long-term commitment and friendship because people are, well, I think we can beat it. And then we get in there and like, ooh, I can't beat that.
Yeah.
And that's just how good they've been to us. That's
Mhm.
why we talk about it. And we've printed thousands and thousands
Gotta be in
and
the tens of
thousands.
thousands.
Oh, it have
Oh,
to
yeah.
be. I don't even know how
Yeah.
many shirts have been printed over the years. but that's how you're generating another form of revenue to do good with other than just offerings. Because in a church, it was kind of like, well, you take your offering and you take a percentage of that offering, you go do good. Well, if you brought in another revenue source, which was a store, and you could make money off of it, then it gave you another revenue source. Now, in the last few years, we've been breaking even or losing a little money because of what's going on. That's why, for the first time ever, I'm like, hey, man, it kind of got started on donation. If we're going to continue, you have corporations and businesses like Oasis and others who are giving you good deals. But the more you can lower the cost, Boardwalk does a great thing for us. They help us out and have for years. Ashley was original in that. All the other companies now, it's continued even in the new ownership. We're not like a regular business trying to make money to pay me and Angie. Angie don't get paid and I don't get paid out of that. There's no money coming to us. It's just giving it away to help other people, and those things help. A company like Randy and Oasis.
Yeah.
And then she was figuring out sometimes they're a loser too. Like you think the
Oh,
church's going to sell.
And you hate it when you get a loser.
And
But,
that's-
but everybody's done it. Everybody, you have such a great idea. You think it's such a great idea, and then it comes in, and you're like, oh my God.
And then
wah,
sometimes
wah,
it just don't pull off, and
Yeah.
and even when you make something like, I mean, Johnny Mac did a lot of early designs. Liz Wham, another girl in the church, did a lot of early designs. Caleb's done designs. I mean, all these different
Now
people.
Christy
Now
Montgomery's
Christian
doing
Montgomery's done some
designs,
design. The more people submitting all that and coming up with that and putting all those things in there, it
Yeah.
just gives you more of a chance. But that's something that we do a lot of because there's more profit margin in that.
Yeah.
But then and that is specifically for us. And then sometimes we partner with other companies. There was one called Sevenly that went out of business.
Yeah.
Sevenly was a T-shirt company that would do good.
Mhm.
So they had their level of do good, and then we had our money that we made off of it. We did double good off of it. So they helped teachers and first responders and military and everything else.
Yeah, and they didn't make it, but we used them a lot in the beginning, and that was
Yep.
kind of more along the times that I came in too. I
Yeah,
think.
Jedediah was another one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
The
so I mean, we
Jedediah
worked a
stuff.
lot on
Yeah.
Jedediah. They went out of business. So it's
Yeah.
it's one of those
So-
things where it's not easy to do any kind of retail business, but especially when you have a give back component
You
or
Publicly committed to giving away part of your
yeah,
Yeah.
you're giving away your
Yeah.
proceeds. It's kind
Yeah.
of stupid, and most people go, that's
in
dumb.
the
Yeah.
world's eyes. Yeah.
Yeah,
But there are, what's encouraging to me too is just since I've been involved, which I wish I could remember how many years it's
I
been,
don't
but
remember
it's
either.
been a bunch of years now. But anyway, since I've been involved, I've seen more and more corporations kind of pushing toward having a give back component
Yeah.
to some degree in their corporation, whether it's 5% or 10% or whatever. So what's good for us, and then once I got involved, and then we started going to market. I got to be a part of that. Brittany
Yeah,
was a part
Brittany
of that
Spivey helped
meeting
us early
too,
on, very
came
much
and
so.
gave us her wisdom and everything that she knows how to do. And so then, as the years have progressed, like I said, we've been able to partner with other companies that are doing good as well. So that's
Candle
fun.
Company was a really cool example. The video you showed in the message.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
the
sure.
two candle
Yeah.
companies that we work with. Of course, the hub here locally purchased.
And that's why we
Uh,
do like the coffee, like even for Hub and all that stuff. What's interesting is in a retail business. Now, Angie didn't grow up in retail business. That's the other
No.
part of it. So she don't have any experience. Me and Lisa,
Never worked retail in my life.
yeah. So me and Lisa did. Okay, and so part of what happens and why it is difficult is because there's seasons, which everybody knows: spring, fall, summer, winter. You have 4 seasons. And those products generally need to be changing so that when you come into a store, I'm looking and seeing different things.
Well,
Well,
also,
Go ahead.
like just for instance, you already got Christmas in Home Depot right now. We
And
hadn't
that-
even
and
had
that all
Thanksgiving
changed.
We
yet.
went in yesterday.
Yeah, and
Saturday.
that all changed.
It's really pushed.
And the reason we're behind on all that, to be transparent, because we know how to do it. You don't have any money.
Yeah, we don't have money to do
So
it.
we didn't go to market this year because we were trying to make sure we didn't lose money. So we didn't spend a lot because we're in the middle of a building project in case everyone else forgot to. So you're trying to make sure you're just wiser when you have to be wiser. And so hopefully with a little help and everybody understanding it a little bit better and
Mhm.
committing to it and reducing expenses with volunteers coming back, which that's the way it originally started. It was all volunteer.
Yes.
And then Angie and them were like, well, can't we go to pay because volunteers are hard? And that's kind of what the battle gets in.
Well, we
church
also
anyway.
thought too it could be an opportunity
Yeah.
to employ some of these kids. You know, at that time it was like give people opportunity, employment, help them and teach them and give
Their
them a
first
skill
job,
set.
yeah.
And give And so
And y'all did it. You knocked
and
it
I
out of the
love
park.
and I love young people. So for me, I've loved meeting with those high school kids and getting to train them and getting them in. So I enjoyed that part of it. But because we've narrowed down, because we're not open during the week,
Yep.
it's like 2 4-hour shifts on the weekend. That's just not
Enough for
that's not enough money for anybody. It's not a part-time job, and
Right.
so keeping staff is not that easy, and so we still have some kids on staff, and that's great, and we're keeping them, but it's just we got to fill in because
at its most open, was it Thursday through Sunday at one point?
Oh no,
I don't know in the beginning because I wasn't there, but
Right.
I want to say that's the case, but to be honest, I'd have to go back and look because in any business, we were also.
But I know it was open all day Friday, all day Saturday, all day Sunday. At
Yes.
And what's funny is it's been in 3 physical locations. Right. So like when you look back around of us moving the store and adapting and changing, and that was because we were working with the boardwalk and trying to make sure they could use the space effectively. That was when it was more retail.
Yeah.
Now we're switching that, and all these other things are going on. So all of that is in transition and moving, and we know a lot, but we don't know everything. And it's a changing market, just like it is all across America. So what we appreciate is, and I appreciate again, is that Angie and them, I'll go in and challenge the system occasionally. I'm like, Angie, we got to do this. And she was like, oh, my God, even like what we're doing now. But what I'm thankful for is those emails and those comments and those support to remind her and to remind all of us, me included, that the vision is very, very simple. Partner with companies that do good, sell those products in one central location, and use the proceeds to do more good. That's if you were to simplify it, there's not a one-stop shop still. You can have a store that has, there's one product in the corner that gives away, even at Target or imagine. And I have bigger dreams than I have pocketbooks and like ability to pull off. But the reason that all of that works, and I would be glad to share some of those, but if you steal them, we hunt you down and we kill you. No, I'm just kidding. I'm always hesitant because some people take it. Well, I remember when we first started Do Good, people took the name right off the bat. And we were like, we tried to go into trademarking it, and it was expensive. And I was like, we can't afford to pay. If somebody steals it, they steal it. And people have, Joe Burrow included, and which is really cool. It is awesome. But Joe Burrow did it. I mean, Joe Burrow has taken exactly what we did.
There's a lot more money to go.
And what I want to say is Joe, come on to the originators, baby. Step on in, and we'll partner with you.
Come back to your Louisiana roots.
Yeah, come to your roots. And it really is. He has the same heart. He's doing the same thing. It's just that what is not done is that there's not one central place to be able to find that easily. And so one of the visions is that eventually one day you would have a website and a network that made it for anybody who wanted to be a part of that would be a part of it. And how we knew there was a problem, we went to market in the first time in New York, and I was like, let's find the give back products at market. You have to walk. I mean, how many places did we go? In New York, Atlanta, Dallas, Las Vegas, we've been to all of these markets. They're spread out over everywhere, and they may be one company in the corner over in the side over there, and you go, I think I found somebody. And then we'd go.
It was like a little hunt.
Yeah, and you're like, it's not going to work in our market. They may have a product, but it wasn't a good product for us.
Yes.
Price point. So we have a medium price point. Something, if you're a bougie place, you could do a Do Good high end, but it's got to be in the right place with the right market.
Project Red.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Bono and all that. It was the same thing. It was kind of
higher end.
They're higher end, and they put it, and they got a pretty good power engine pushing them. You know what I'm saying? Which all of those things are true, but it's not like for us. A lot of other companies did it. Even like I was thinking of like Cameback Smith & Meadows, KSM, when we started the Do Good box. People were starting all that. We just didn't have the money or the energy to go invest in expanding that. We still have it, but the subscription models was another big thing that people were doing. Well, there's all these ideas, but we run a church. We don't just run that.
Yeah.
And the only reason they work together is because they, in an ideal world, support each other. One supports the other, and the other supports the other, and then you're able to accomplish more good, and all these companies are able to pull off more good. One of the best examples was the peanut butter company that went out of business, and I wanted to buy the peanut butter company.
Oh my gosh, we love them so much.
I'm telling you,
we bought a lot of that.
Wait, what is it called?
And you know what's crazy about it? The guy came to me and was like, "Dude, just buy the company."
He offered us.
He offered me to buy the company.
And it wasn't even expensive. We just didn't have the.
I was like, I can't buy the peanut butter company.
Oh, it was such a good.
But what they did was they made peanut butter, and then they made packets for people who are malnutritioned. So when you bought the peanut butter, it helped the people that were malnutrition. I'm like, that is our company. He's like, just buy it, Justin. I'm going to give it to you. I'm like, I don't have the money to do it.
We don't have the that or the manpower. It was like
and it was in
dreams, but not enough manpower.
Yes, and people have asked to franchise, and we're like, I don't know how we can do all that.
We're just trying to still like if I'm trying to run something you know is trouble because
No, it's not. You're doing a good job, man. Quit beating yourself up.
no, but
But those are some
anyway.
of the ideas. I was just going to
Yeah.
say, one of the other interesting components is eventually we wanted to do in the original vision. I watched the message because I didn't remember everything from 2012. I mean, I have it in my mind. But one of the other things that was put out that I edited out because the whole message is available, which I'm always screaming at people, which is funny too. It's just passion. It's
Yeah.
passion.
Passionate.
Yeah.
But it was really just excited, like, man, what if this happens? And what if this happens? And a lot of those things we've been able to pull off. The stores open and lasted 13 years. But one of the parts that didn't get pulled off that I dream of still doing, and it is a do good bus and a do good van
Oh yeah.
and do good trips. And what I mean by that is the church is easy. And what I mean by easy is if they're going to Juarez multiple times. We go to Honduras. But my dream is that a portion of the Do Good store, and we're going to launch it in the rebranding of the back of the store by November. We're working on it. Is that the future would involve non-church people and other organizations that cannot pull off a mission trip, that they can facilitate that through the Do Good store. So, like, if you're a corporation, a small business, and you go, man, we all really wish we could, like when we redo playgrounds
Yeah.
or when we go to Mexico or when we pack food bags, is that I don't know if I really want to work with a church or not. Well, then you have another option that is a nonprofit that you go, man, we're just focused on doing good. For us, yes, it's Christ. Yes, it does that. But we're not trying to shove that down your throat and go, this is the only way to do it. We're just going, hey, here's an opportunity. And one of the most exciting opportunity, should we ever be able to do it, to me, is that you have a people mover that is paid for, and that it has a video system inside this people mover, okay? And that your business decides that you want to be involved in a do-good project.
They have like a community service day
Yep.
or
Yeah.
something.
You pull up to your business, you pick up your staff, and you pay for this.
Yeah.
You watch a video when you're driving from your destination to the job site, and it describes the organization you work with. It describes how we're going to do it, what our project's going to be to do today. And then by the time you get to the destination, you know who you're working for, why you're working for it. You spend an hour, 2 hours, whatever your time is. You get back on the bus, and then you're able to – we've seen this in all of our trips. They go like, God, that was so sweet. Did you see this happen? And that was cool. And what was going on? And then you provide a video that is edited for them and their corporation to use in a bigger scale. So they take that and then they go, hey, we were able to do this. And it was all wrapped for them. There's a video team that does that for them. There's the host
Because
that
they're
welcomes them.
busy and they can't figure all
No,
that out
and then
either.
more good is done. So then you have
Mhm.
do good trips, do good projects that someone is facilitating that, and
Yeah.
that's then all of the nonprofits that can't get volunteers to them. You're merging those two things together.
Yeah.
So it's one day, like when we've fed at the rescue mission. I know they love doing that, but an organization is like, I don't know how to do that, and I don't know if I got time to do that. We go, just call the Do Good store,
Mhm.
sign up for a Do Good project for a certain amount of money that goes back into hiring more people to do more Do Good projects. It's all handled for you. Your video's done, your staff's handled, all the logistics are worked out, and boom, it gets done. And it's not just the church. It expands beyond the walls of the church. Because to me, that's what we should be doing. The church should be moving beyond the walls and facilitating more good being done when people see only obstacles to make that happen.
Mhm.
So then they could bring them to the Do Good store, and you could have a mobile shop at their shop that day, so they buy products that support that. We could talk about a mobile shopping that when you're dropping them off, there's a shop already set up at their stop that they can go be a part of. Trips across the country, the same kind of deal. I just have so many fun
He's
ideas.
like
you know,
a dreamer visionary. And I'm hanging on by my claws, just trying to accomplish what I can accomplish.
Angie, and all we're trying to do is get the next T-shirt out
I'm
for Christmas.
just trying to print shirts in the back, Justin.
Ching!
Couple comments there. Mary Clausen was a longtime volunteer. Said she was there when they switched from paid. Was a part of the Do Good store for a long time, and she does not think they were ever open on Thursdays. So that's
Yeah.
fake news.
She's awesome.
Yeah, I don't remember. That's why
Look,
I said
I'll still contact Mary. She's been out with her babies and everything for a minute, but Mary, can you please remind me how to do the X, Y, or Z? Because she knows how to do it all.
Yeah, I think it was weekends. It was Friday, Saturday,
Sounds
Sunday.
right. And then
Yeah.
on a different note,
Yeah.
we've got a fan here that watched the pre-show yesterday because we're talking about Halloween costumes.
Ooh.
Tradition
goodness.
on our Simple Church pre-show. Every
Yeah.
Sunday we do 15 minutes before. You can
Yeah.
go. Justin and Angie host, and they recommended. Do you guys watch Yellowstone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did. I mean, to be honest, let me just give a
There we go.
disclaimer right here. Me and Angie have yet to finish any series ever.
It's terrible.
Because everybody
I
tells
watched,
us,
so I'm not judging.
everybody
Okay,
tells us
How
what to
many
watch.
of our dearest friends have said you got to watch Ted Lasso?
Yeah, Ted Lasso is the
That
best
one I
example.
recommend.
And,
You do?
Oh,
and,
so-
and we
See?
we watch an episode or two and we like, number one, we either fall asleep
We do.
or
We're
we
s-
lose interest. We watched maybe an episode or two of Yellowstone back in the day, but we've never
And
seen
we were
anything.
kind of thinking that was it. We were kind of into it, and there was
Next
there was
thing you
some
know, we
kinda
never
raunchy
finished it.
parts to
Yeah,
it.
go on.
But then we were out, and
Yeah.
then we're like, oh well, we kind of know what it is.
Yeah.
But
So
they recommended Rip and Beth for y'all for your Halloween.
see, there you go. I like it. Hey, you just got to keep submitting. We're open, dude. If I can become Little Debbie and she can become a Christmas tree, we can do anything.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So if you've got a Halloween costume suggestion in a couple weeks,
Yeah.
to be on the pre-show, you'll
Then
find
yeah,
out
you
live.
can. Yeah, you can
Let us
watch it
know.
on
The
Sunday
comments are in
mornings.
the podcast.
Yeah, that's fun.
Absolutely. All right,
Yeah.
so let's go back to a good store. I was thinking
Okay,
about this
so-
when you said there's some winners and losers. Do you have a
Oh.
favorite, the shirt or product or something that you designed or were a part of that you remember stand out as like, this was my favorite thing I ever did? It's all right if you don't. Or Justin, a couple of the
I
favorites.
can give you a couple of
There
things.
we go.
I'm gonna give you my loser because Lisa McDaniel is laughing so hard right now. I hear her through the miles.
Are you talking
okay?
about the purse right now?
Okay, yes. Okay, so what happens is when you go to market, okay,
And this is like the United
The
States
world
Yeah,
market.
the huge.
so it's
The market where
it's
yeah,
the
Thousands of
world
people.
market.
Yeah.
So it's not just United States. This is a world market, and this is why that's a very important point. What I said in the message is true. When you go to these countries, is where it started for me. God is like literally going, "Hey, dummy, you need to open a store. You need to do it." I'm like, I am not doing that. I'm trying to launch a church. I'm not going to do it. And then eventually you go, okay. So we launched the store, and then early on, it was very handmade and specific to country that we were in. If you look back at those pictures, we had dresses from Africa.
yeah.
We had shoes from Africa where they used tires and they made wallets. They made shoes. They were called Soul Rebels. I could go through different brands, okay?
Mhm.
Well, those things were good, but we learned very
Wallets.
quickly nobody really wants a shoe from Africa, okay? I mean, it was
Well,
a great
because-
product, but it is very.
They're not going to wear it.
No,
well,
they
it's
didn't
really
wear it.
niche in like their fabrics and things. I think it's getting better, but something it just did not appeal to the masses. And you got a small market anyway.
And
that's
shoes, by the way, are hard to sell because you got to have you got to buy all of the the sizes. And,
Yeah.
all right, I'm only saying that because in market, that's the way it works. So in the world market, in New York specifically, we finally started seeing a centralized place to buy world
Like
things without
fair
having
trade.
to travel to India.
Yeah, fair
Okay.
trade products.
And there's some websites and things that we work with. But when we went there and I was like, hey, this is cool. One company used recycled plastic for everything from a billboard to anything. And they made purses and bags out of it. And we sold them for a while at the Duga store. And they were incredible. But what happened was when you place an order of 20, they send you
Like-
whatever.
like
They
a multi-pack.
a
of 20.
multi-pack of 20.
And because they're
and
made out of
we will
recycled
find the picture.
products,
We
wait,
will
they're not all the same.
We're going to find the picture and we're going to
Lisa
put it
has
on
it
the
right.
pre-show
Lisa
notes.
probably has it
Okay,
on
I'm
speed
gonna make a
dial
note.
right now.
And we will show everybody because when it came
She
in,
sends it to you every year.
Lisa
as a reminder.
McDaniel still sends
love
me
you,
like,
Lisa.
this is the one you really screwed up on. And it's an inside joke because I bought the bags and then we get that one. And we laughed and laughed because it is the head of an Indian woman maybe.
Yeah,
And who was going to walk around with it? But they put it in our pack. So we
It's
got
luck
it.
of the draw.
yeah.
So I say that's
There's been a
A
few.
fail.
that's a fail. And there's
Yeah.
other fails, but I'll give you a win that was really, really cool. And this is probably my favorite story. I didn't share it. This is why you come backstage with Simple Church. Early Simple Church, okay? We're doing Laundry Love. Okay, Laundry Love, if you don't know it, it was where we would go into a laundromat, pay for someone's laundry, them unexpected, and we would take T-shirt sales from Do Good, and we would come up with a certain amount of money, and we would give all that away by paying for people's laundry. So through the Do Good store early on, that's how you did that. We
Biggest
sold.
one's after Drew Brees.
Yeah,
We went all
well,
over
this
the
was
state.
before that.
Okay.
This is like in the very beginning. So we had, and there's a picture somewhere of the shirts in the Do Good store, the original Do Good store. It had a little heart. It had a laundry machine.
Yeah.
Okay, so we sold them. We sold all these shirts, and then we would go in, and me and you and our family
Mm-hmm.
went to Jewella Avenue in Shreveport. We had our proceeds. We're going to go pay for people's laundry. We walk in, and we did it on a Sunday morning. Okay, we not had church. We all walk in, and people do a lot of laundry on Sunday because they're getting ready for the week. They wash their kids' clothes. They do everything. So we're in there, and we got donuts and whatever, and we're handing all this stuff out. And a lady walks up, and she begins to weep. And I'm like, wow, this is heavy. And she's just like taken by emotion that someone's paying for their laundry. I'm like, look, honey, we're trying to do good. You know, we're out here. This is what's going on. And she's emotional, and she's awesome and everything. And she said, well, I know of your church. I've heard of y'all. And I was like, really? She said, yeah, I actually work with someone that goes there. But I never thought I'd run into y'all, especially in this. She goes, I'm kind of in a bad spot. That's why I'm in the laundromat. My machine's broke. I don't have any money. But yet, you know. And it just seems like y'all are always so caring and giving, and you're out in the community and blah, blah, blah. And so we sit down, we begin to have a conversation. And she says, you know what? It just doesn't take a lot to be nice.
Mm.
And man, this is really cool. And I said, hey, and I can't remember her name now. I wish I could. I said, that's a great T-shirt. And it was right at Christmas. And she goes, do it, baby. Do it, baby. And we made a Be Nice T-shirt for Christmas. And it sold out like crazy. And it was because of a woman in a laundromat that got her laundry paid for. And she said, baby, it don't take much to be nice. And man, this is so nice of y'all. And I'm thinking, like, how cool that a story like that, a simple gesture, then expanded in. We took over every laundromat in the state of Louisiana that we could find when Drew Brees was coming, and paid for everybody's laundry. We went to New Orleans, and there's a funny story on that because there's also the opposite. You got to tell it because this is an inside story. So we have the sweet, good side of what's going on. So now I got all my family down in New Orleans because we went to New Orleans to do the laundromat. Everybody else was kind of
like 40 laundromats.
Oh, it was everyone we could find in every major
Yeah.
city, and we were doing it. So
And there was, for some reason, you and I had split in New Orleans, and I had the kids with me in the car, and you were
doing another laundromat,
doing another
whatever.
one. So I take my kids, and I think we drive through like.
I think we were actually done. I think we were.
But you were
splitting up. I wasn't with you.
For some reason, you weren't with me.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I had the kids in the car, and so we're going through drive-through. I can't remember if it was Popeyes or where it was. We're driving through somewhere to get something to eat.
Popeyes. Huh?
So we're driving through,
Love
and
that
this
chicken.
woman comes up and asks for money at the car, and so I'm reaching my purse. And
We're doing good. We just paid for
Yeah.
all these laundromats.
Serving
She got the kids to
I got
learn.
the
She's like,
kids.
she's
I'm-
gonna be
Lead
Jesus.
by example.
I'm
This
trying.
is like Jesus in the flesh.
I am trying. So anyway, I reach in my purse and I find like $10 or $20, whatever. And I gave it to her, and then I rolled up my window. My kids were all there. We're like
Everybody's
having this
feeling
moment,
Jesus,
like,
son.
oh, we really just helped someone. Anyway, she gets in her car. She gets in this car, pulls over next to him, and does a drug deal right there. Buys drugs right there in front of me and my kids.
I said, baby, we doing drugs and doing good. It don't matter.
But you know what? That's
What the reason I love about this, because this is why people say they don't do
they
good.
don't give because somebody's gonna.
Yeah, but you know what's so crazy? What a silly thing to say that I will never help anybody else because one time something bad happened.
Yeah.
When the truth is like, man, all we're responsible for is our behavior. We
Yeah.
can't change their behavior. So that's why I always tell my kids are
Yeah.
like, hey, listen, man, you can't, it don't matter who it is or what it is. It's like, you just do good. What they do is their choice.
Mhm.
But we always laugh
We
about
do.
it. I'm
It's
always
like-
like, Angie's
Right
like,
there in
well, they
front
took
of you.
my
Remember that
20 and did a drug deal on it.
Right
I
in
was
front
like,
of my babies.
hey, my kid learned, cuz, don't do drugs. You
Don't do
cool?
drugs.
Don't do
It's a
drugs.
life lesson.
Do
Yeah,
good, don't
life
do
lesson.
drugs.
That's it.
Can we make that shirt?
There we go.
Do good, don't do drugs.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Or is
I
it
like
there
that.
right now? They'd wear it.
Yeah.
Angie, did you think of one that stood out to you?
My brain's mush.
Oh.
I can't think. I mean, I know I've had fails. Like you, and sometimes like if you, especially online shopping, because you can shop market now so much easier. So that's why we haven't. It's cheaper to stay home and shop market online.
But
than
it's
it
not
is
as
to go.
fun.
No, and it's not. It's
And
not
it's not
as.
what they appear online,
It's
is it?
not as good
No.
too, and it's not as it appears. No, I have bought jewelry before that looks so good online. I'm so excited. This is another thing I love. I love to purchase jewelry for the store. And so it comes in and it's like some big, giant, gaudy, awful looking thing. And Lisa's like, well, did you look at the pictures of it? Like, I love Lisa. I'm like, yes, Lisa. They didn't show the measurements because that thing's hard. That's happened so many times.
But like Belljoy is one company that's really good.
Yeah.
They're a company, I think, out
Yeah.
of Haiti. I think
Yeah.
it's where predominantly they're made. I think back to we did oil can art
Yeah.
out of Haiti. That was another incredible product that
Mhm.
once you kind of do it, it's kind of hard to bring it back. Now you could have little samplings of things, and I did think of that as we're going through this. Is in the back of the store, we're fixing to renovate the back of the store. We're in the process now. We're just going to tell the story from the first sermon all the way to the future. That's what we're doing behind that black curtain. But obviously, we haven't had time to do all
Mhm.
that. But in some of those little niche areas, you might be able to have some of those stories and some of those products.
Yeah.
Like the chickens. I know everybody loved
Oh
chickens
yeah,
for a
like
long time.
that's
Yeah.
After Haiti.
oh, it's
Mhm.
unbelievable. Yeah, we had a whole stuffed chickens, and all those are coming back Christmas. We're working on that
Yeah.
right now. We have some little cute goats and little chickens, and all that stuff helps cows and all those
Yeah.
little things that help you. But what's cool about it is knowing that you can also take the trip. That's the other part that's unique. Is like, and we're gonna have a section in the Do Good store when you go back there. I want to be a part of the next Do Good trip.
And it changes everything when all of a sudden the place you've been is what's on the wall.
Yes.
And you want to come tell
Yeah.
your friends.
Right.
And then you want to
It's-
support the people you know. It's personal.
Yeah.
Right. And it's not like you're selling like that's the other thing is it's like you're just a small part of it. So if you buy a $20 shirt or $30 shirt, it's true, a portion of that goes to helping a project. The other portion goes back to paying bills and where it's going to go on. But the bottom line is it's more like advertising, it's reminders. It's like, well, then I want to take the next step. Maybe and yesterday when I left after the sermon and I told Angie I went down there, the store was packed and I was so thankful
Mhm.
just because so many people are
Thank you.
smiling, their families are shopping. That is a unique experience that there's not somewhere else to do it. And it's not always in the lobby. It's a
Kids-
full store.
My kids almost never shop anywhere. They don't grocery shop. They
Right,
do grocery
yeah.
pickup. Like they are so excited to go to Target or Walmart. Is about it.
Mhm.
Right.
So when they get to go in there and pick
And-
out something, and we do
Right. And that's why we're trying to
I was shopping for fall earrings and stuff for little girls, and I think about your babies. It's so sweet when they come there and look at those little girl earrings. So literally, they were on my mind today as I was
Well,
like,
you don't go to the mall anymore.
No.
Like you don't go any place to
No.
see things in person, and
Yep.
they are so excited. And you do a great job, Angie, with all that
Yep.
stuff too. They
"Thank
love it.
you."
So that's why we're
Thank
trying,
you.
and it's going to get better. Hopefully, we got some good news. I mean, we're working on 2026 already, and we got some good financial news of Boardwalk's going to help us out even more. So we'll have hopefully some little bit more money to spend. And if you still want to donate, put the QR code in there. So if you're
in the show
listening,
notes.
and it sounds crazy, but all of the donations go to help us be able to do more good, and it's not connected directly to the church. Yes, we're in partnership, but the Do Good store has to operate on its own.
Yeah.
So some people think, and the church has helped us out in the past.
Oh,
We have
yeah.
to pay off something, and then we try to pay them back, and all of those things are happening. But if you really like the Do Good store, you like the concept, you can shop online, dogoodstore.net. You can also just make a donation. And if you're in town, as I said Sunday, if you got a birthday or you have a wedding or you have a something,
Christmas
some
coming up.
Christmas,
Mhm.
just put a little bit of your budget towards it because it does double good. We're buying for these companies that have great purposes and great causes, and then we take the proceeds and do double good with it right here in our community and around the world. And it can add up to make a big difference. For 13 years, it's been done, and there's a lot more to get done as
Yeah.
we move ahead.
And the other thing
Yeah.
that's cool is we've bought gifts for our family for years from there for Christmas especially, and
Yeah.
it's like when you get to tell the story when
Yep.
you give it to
Mhm.
us,
Got a
it
story.
inspires somebody else. So
Yep.
an aunt, an uncle, whoever it is, it's
Yep.
like, oh wow, and then they look it up, and hopefully they go and want to get
Yep.
involved and do more.
Yeah.
Things, so
And
if
so
you
and there are products coming in. So if you come in the store and you don't see what you're looking for, come back and try us again because, it's a consistent.
and not everything that's on the website is in the store. I know it's a big job, it's a lot of work, but if you want
Yes.
to come in the store, if you've shopped online and you can come in person, see the different stuff.
Yes, and there's always stuff coming in. I mean, that's one of the things I had to really work on today was just fall merchandise. So
And look, remember, it's fun,
it
Angie.
is
talking
so
about making
fun.
buses.
It
You
is
remember?
so
Look,
fun.
I'm reminding her. Remember how fun it is. Remember, I was launching a church
I don't
and
know
a
how-
store.
I don't know how you did
At
it
one
all.
time by myself, I was like, "What am I doing?" God whispers in my ear to tell me to do it. I'm like, "Hey, God," and then you know what he told me? He whispered, "Use Angie. Hey, you need to use your wife." And I don't know if it was in that voice, but it was close.
Surely there's a better God voice up there.
And I don't. I
Yeah.
really, when you come back to when I kind of got more deeply involved, because I was doing like T-shirts and stuff every
Yeah.
now and then, and going to market with y'all. But I think it was like right after COVID, we had a paid manager who moved out of town,
Yes.
and then so I was like, well, who's
I'll
gonna do
do it.
this? I was like, I guess I'll do it because nobody else is gonna do that for free. So I might as well just
Yeah,
go
there's
ahead
not
and
a lot of
step in
people
and do
signing
it.
up
Lining
for
up
free.
To
No.
manage
Yeah.
the people and make sure
So
they're
I was
scheduled.
like, well, I'll just do it.
Well, and that's why I go back to Lisa McDaniel has been there from the beginning.
From beginning.
And she has their family's going through all kind of help. They've had all kind of things too. It takes a team, and that's what I knew early on. Lisa was really helping me, and then we were hiring people and doing volunteers and all that kind of stuff. And Angie was kind of on the outside. But when it moved to that place, you really have done a great job of stepping in and taking that burden and running with it. And we're trying to expand that and figure it out. But when she took it on is COVID. That's one of the hardest times in the world to take something on. And that we didn't close down through all of that is only a testament to you
To
and
Lisa,
and your. No, it's
yeah,
all
great
of y'all.
Ann and
Yeah, the whole
Candy.
team.
Oh
And-
my gosh!
And
what
just
would I do
behind the
without
scenes,
them?
we didn't talk a lot about that, but we got to brag on Candy. Candy is the
She's our inventory queen. Loves a spreadsheet.
unbelievable at what she does.
So
Not
A
everybody
gift.
loves a spreadsheet.
oh my god.
No, but she does. She is excited about that.
Yeah, she'll say, "Let me just work out a spreadsheet for them." Like Candy,
And-
God bless you.
And Ann all read and
And
Bill
Ann
all
Ro-
read.
yes, Bill. Any kind of technical thing, we call him. I hate to bug him because he's got all his own jobs, but I'll be like, Ann, can you please ask him
Yep.
this for me because I'm stressed. I don't know how to. And so she will, and then she comes in and she will do anything. She
Yeah,
will
Ann all
tag.
read.
She will do inventory. She will put stuff on the wall. She will clean. She said, I don't do this at my own home, but I will organize that stock room.
And she's organized that stock room more than once.
Oh,
all
yeah.
of y'all
And
have.
Stay organized.
honestly, Ian, I'm hoping you're going to do that on Wednesday too, because we need to do it again. We sent our text out today. Who's coming Wednesday? So, anyway.
And then you got Christy, who's brand
and
new.
Christy's brand new. God bless her.
She's
come
got
in
the
there.
artistic skill
She's
too,
got
plus
her
the
all
paintings
kind of
are in
skill
there now.
set. So she's
Yeah.
back there sweating over the heat press with me, and then she's punching out new designs for us. And she's
Caleb's
really
been
good
great
at
at printing. Christy does the finances. There's a lot going on to make all that
And then
happen.
poor John, I'll just every now and then he'll call and say, "You don't have any money, Angie, so I'm not sure what you're gonna do." I'm like, "Well, Christmas is coming, John. I'm not sure we're gonna do either."
Well, and
So-
if people say this, is what's funny is like, imagine if it wasn't here. Just shut it down. Just don't do it.
I know.
I'm not there. I
Like
mean,
I
dude,
know when
can't-
I get stressed about it, I'm just being like totally frank, since that's the way we are around here. I'll get really stressed. I'm like, man, maybe I just didn't do this anymore.
Yeah.
And then my second thought is, well, no, we can't just let it go.
No, it's like, and there's too much good is done as a result of it.
Yeah.
And so, yes, it's
So that's why it's
changing.
encouraging.
Yes.
When yesterday,
And that's my fault, because maybe once a year I got to remind everybody, and that's on me.
well, I'm
And go like, hey, dude, don't forget, because people buy it but they don't understand, because there's new people, the purpose. So hopefully, even
Yeah.
this podcast, when it goes out, and you can put it on your website,
well, and
you know, and link it
Oh,
for
yeah,
people to
yeah.
understand, like, it's
Yeah.
a big undertaking.
let me work on the website first. I haven't had time to work on the
It's
website.
a lot of work.
That's why volunteers are key. That's why we're bringing them all in.
know.
If
No,
you're
that's why-
a web designer, it's a volunteer.
Yes.
Let us know.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that always
yeah,
have
because
good
I'm trying to do
intentions
that
too.
and it's
But we
I don't-
really
I
have to
don't
divide
time
it
to do
up.
Yeah.
And I keep telling her, that's the thing, is like
I'm not really good at like,
letting go.
yeah, I'll just do it because
I-
I feel like, well, I'm the only one that doesn't have like a real job, but then I end up having like
Four
four
real jobs.
jobs, 4 real jobs, and that I'm not. doing
And you
any
don't
of
get
them really
paid
good.
for any of them.
Yeah.
That's perfect. That's perfect
That
for
seems
us.
to be a family
So
trend.
then that kind
Yeah.
of.
I appreciate that. I'm right along the same trend. Just take on another job and not get paid, right? That's awesome.
the
So,
Haigler family
anyway.
motto.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well, I think our
that's
kids
great.
are on the same tracks. So if anybody's looking for a movie maker, we could use a kid getting hired.
Let us know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like same
Oh.
way. Oh gosh.
Well,
so
that's an hour,
Anyway,
guys.
Lord takes care of us, so I'm
Flew
very
by.
grateful.
yeah, well, hopefully y'all learned something, and maybe it fills in some of the
Absolutely.
blanks.
Thank you, everybody who's ever shopped the Do Good store. You
Yes.
wear the
Thank you
stuff.
very
supported
much.
it for years, and
That's
again,
it.
it was cool seeing yesterday the outpouring. It matters, Angie. Thanks for all
Yeah.
you do.
Amen.
And thank you for
Woo!
our team.
Yes.
God bless y'all.
That's right.
See y'all Wednesday.
Go buy
That's
some.
right. Thank you for listening. If you're watching on Facebook, thanks for watching with us. You can listen to the audio version every Tuesday. Comes out the day after. We'd love for you to join us live if you can get away on a Monday afternoon.
Go buy something.
That's right. DoGoodStore.net. Shop. Do some good. Look for it in
Sunday
the store.
10 to 2
Sunday at the 2.
at the
On-
boardwalk.
That no. Bye-bye.
Peace.